but we got smacked. But we got smacked. But we got smashed, bro.
2, 1, go!
What's up? It is your boy Levelhead back with another Live and Level Gamers. Real Casual Gamers Podcast. The podcast. Welcome to the show. What's up, K-Bone? What's up, Mr. Norris?
Yeah, you caught me as soon as I went on mute. What's up, y'all?
Nothing's much. So let's get these people in here. Come on in. The doors is open. Access has been granted. What's up? Who's that? Carlos Hill. What's up, player? Player from the Himalayas. Anyway, I was watching Martin before I came down here. But this is the show. This is the Live and Level Gamers podcast. It don't get no more lit than it does over here. You can't tell me there's no other gaming podcast show that sounds like ours. You can't tell me there's one. There is not. No, there isn't. What's up, Nia?
You said what?
I apologize for slapping you, Nia. Welcome to the show. The insiders of my eyelids. The inside of my eyelids were entertaining, and then y'all made my phone ding. So we woke you up out your sleep, Nia. Well, wake up! Anyway, welcome to the show. What's up, people?
Oh, man, I know the school year coming to the close, so you should be back on your grind, back on your summer video game kick. So I'll be waiting for the stream.
I apologize for the assault. I didn't mean to slap you. I didn't mean to slap anybody. So welcome to the show. We are here, man. We got a lot. Man, what I cannot wait. Oh, you talking about what K-Bun was saying. So welcome to the show, everybody. Make sure we get y'all all in here. I'm trying to give you time. Let's get the count up to like 13, 14, 15, 100.
That was a week.
Let's get it up.
Faith. You see that? A week of faith.
She said 5 more days. 5 more days of the kids and their parents. I saw your post, Nia. I feel your pain. My wife is a teacher, so I know what you deal with indirectly. And yes, she comes home with the eyelids twitching too for parents who don't know how to rend their kids. Anyway, or rear their kids. But what's up, people?
I'm excited that Carlos Hill gets to catch us live.
Yeah, man.
Apparently, my man catches us on recording, so I am happy, Mr. Carlos Hill, you are here today to catch us live. Just make sure you throw in your comments and your reactions in the comment section, and we might even react to it. So, and enjoy the podcast today, Mr. Carlos Hill.
Yeah, Carlos, I appreciate you being here as well. I didn't realize, that's right, you hadn't gotten a chance to catch us live. So we are here, you are here, and we's are excited. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Square Enix says no more. No, just say no to Sony and exclusives. We got to talk about that. We didn't get a chance because K-Bun wanted to talk about this. What was Sony thinking with the Helldivers mandatory login? We're gonna discuss that as well, and then we're gonna bridge off, I think, from the Square Enix conversation into Switch and third party, Switch 2 and third party. And I think the question is, are third party taking Switch 2 serious? That's the question. Will third party take the Switch 2 serious? So that's what we're going to be discussing tonight. Anything, man, going on in your world before we get into what you've been gaming on? I finally got to catch up on X-Men 97. I think there's a new episode out that I got to watch. Man.
Yeah, finale, I believe.
Bro, did you see? I didn't see the.
I'm only episode 2.
Oh my God.
Only episode 2. So it's gonna be a little minute. So
Magneto,
bear with me.
Man.
Bear with me.
I won't spoil nothing, but just know that they unleashed the beast. That brother went mad. But yeah, it was pretty good. I got to go back. Actually, I got to go back and watch a few episodes again, especially one with Storm. I need to watch that one again. And there's a few in there that I kind of wasn't focusing in on. So I got to go watch a few again. So I'm probably going to binge watch through it again. But you said the finale is up?
Yeah, I believe the finale is up.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
How many episodes? Is it 8 episodes?
10.
Yeah, I just watched 9. So yeah, it's got to be. So yes, man, that's good. And I also got to go and finish Shogun, man. I started it. I got through like 4 episodes and I kind of stopped. So I got to catch up on Shogun.
Yeah, they just got renewed for season 2 and 3.
Yeah, I saw that. So there's a lot of good stuff out here, man. I'm hoping that at some point Godzilla -1. I know it's on. Is it on Paramount? But I don't think it's in the States yet. I want to see that movie, man. I want to watch that. Has anybody seen the latest Planet of the Apes?
No.
I hear it's pretty good.
I haven't had a chance.
You know that the dude that's directing that is also directing the live action Zelda movie.
I thought they were doing an animated Zelda movie.
No, they doing a live action Zelda movie. I shared the video with y'all. So they went away from the anime to the live action. And that's the dude that made that movie. Is the director of that movie is out. The director for the live action Zelda, and he's a huge Zelda fan. Nia, we're not gonna do that. Don't do that, Nia. We're not gonna say it's gonna be trash already. We probably won't even see this movie until 2029 or something. They
should have did animated.
I don't know if they can capture like something like the Lord of the Rings or Hobbit or what's it the Game of Thrones type look. I think they do well. But he said he's a fan and he's going to do everything to bring it to life. So he said he's been playing Zelda since he was a child. Huge fan of it. So we'll see. Well, what's good, y'all? What's good?
Man, I just saw a video. How would you feel leveled if you saw a Def Jam Vendetta featuring Drake and Kendrick Lamar? Yeah, I'm bringing it back this week.
I saw it. I saw that. You know.
That was crazy.
Man, I wish they would just re-release those games. They don't even have to update the visuals. Just give me Def Jam Vendetta and Def Jam Fight for New York. Matter of fact, just give us a trilogy. Give us Def Jam Vendetta, Def Jam Fight for New York, and I don't even know what the third one was. I never played it.
Only 2.
It's 3. It's 3 of them. The third one is what killed it. Well, not really. It didn't kill it. What happened was they paying for all them licenses got them for the music. Like at first they was getting all that stuff for free. They wasn't paying for none of that. They wasn't paying for those likenesses. They wasn't paying. I don't think they was paying much for even the music. And people saw that they was making money. Folks like, hey, we need payment for our likeness, and that was it. When they started to pay for them faces. They was dirty. They should have paid them dudes. They didn't pay none of them anything. So them first 3 games, I think, were just artists being kind. They be taking advantage of folks. But anyway, let me see. Def Jam 2024 sold. Carlos said he'd get it day one. Video Game Her said what rappers would even be in a new game? That's interesting because I don't know none of these rappers. I don't want a new game. No, I don't want none of these rappers. Nobody want no Travis Scott and well, I don't even know none of these rappers' name. Uzi Vert, whatever their name is. I don't know none of these dudes' names.
Love Uzi Vert.
Little Uzi Vert.
They might not even be popular no more.
Yeah, I don't know none of these people. So definitely be Drake and Kendrick.
I saw something online where they're talking about Plies was performing. I was like, performing what? What is Plies?
Carlos said put Jake and Ryan Paul. Now, they not rappers.
Please.
No. They not rappers. They YouTube personalities.
Please do not put them in the game.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, I don't want him in there either.
Was we can snitch? Oh, man.
He spelled it correctly too.
No, what we need, Carlos, is just the original too. Just reboot the original. That's probably why they can't, because they probably going, well, if the game is already made, though, they can't get mad at them for re-releasing that game, can they?
I don't know how the legality works with that.
Okay. Well, anyway, we can wishful think.
What would be better if they did have the old school versus the new school? So the people that are newer and the younger people can have their Futures and Drakes and Childish Gambino and everything else, and then they have the old heads with Redman, Meth, and everything else. Have them battling the new ones for the like a Mortal Kombat type of thing. That would be dope because that gives you a little bit of both.
So Drake would be Thanos. He'd be the main boss.
No, not out the BBL Drizzy. You can't beat Thanos out the BBL Drizzy.
So Kendrick is the boss. Kendrick the boss. Okay, all right. I see where you going, K-Bob.
He said, somebody told me, he said, ain't no big 3, it's just big me. So maybe.
50 Cent is a mogul now. He gonna want his coin. You doggone right he is. He would be a dope final boss though.
Yeah, he would be a good final boss. I agree with that.
They need to bring this back. Do y'all hear me, EA? Pay that money. Get this game made.
It's expensive games right now.
Yeah.
Hey, two things before we get started, because I know we finna roll. Have y'all seen the gin and juice commercial? Speaking of rappers,
I have not.
No.
You should check out the gin and juice commercial with Snoop and Dre. They remixed gin and juice, and it sounds amazing.
They remixed it like it's the same beat just remixed for today.
Yeah, and it's not even Snoop rapping it. It's some guy. It almost sound like rock almost, but it sounds good.
Okay.
And the second thing, video game related for those who's listening, Assassin's Creed, Black Man. How y'all feeling that?
We're gonna talk about it.
Oh, you got that on top? Okay, I know you had that in the top.
I didn't have it on top, but I was gonna definitely pull it up. Watch the trailer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna do that. So let's go, man. Yeah. You know what time it is? It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. All right. Who wants to go first?
I go. Because I don't know if I played anything. I've been traveling this week. And I'm trying to think over the weekend if I really even had time to play anything, or did I? I think I had a grown man week, guys. I don't think I played anything, or did I? I don't
That's a
remember.
grown man week.
I had a grown man week. I'm sorry, no gaming.
Okay, so let me come up as well and say me too. I didn't get any gaming in this week. I meant to play Tales of Kazaria, just to kind of get farther into that, but just could not find the time to get freed up. So, like Keith, and I had a lot going on this weekend with Mother's Day, and last week with a home going for one of the members. So I didn't get a chance to get any gaming in. So in the last 2 weeks actually, but I plan on catching up. So, K-Bun, the floor is yours.
Oh, sweet. I got this whole time. All right, so let me start from the beginning.
All right, so
Wrap
we
that up, B.
let's go on
Wrap
into
that
the
up.
first topic. Yeah.
No, don't hate. Don't hate. I got some gaming in.
He
So,
ain't sick this week, so he got a lot in this week.
nah, I'm still recovering. To be honest with you, I'm still recovering.
That's why you was grouchy on the in the chat room. I guess that's
Nah. That's different. So I ain't gonna air that out right now. So what I've been gaming on, been gaming on 2K. The new season of 2K is going to drop, so I've been gaming on that.
Oh man.
Trying to finishing that up. Gaming on Overwatch. The mid-season patch came out this week, so they changed some how the tank role works for this season. So I got a little bit in, but not much. I am excited. I actually got a chance to finish the main story for Hades, so you can check
Nice.
that off the list. That game is done. It's a good game,
What
and
game?
it's set up Hades,
Hades. Okay.
Hades, and it said I put 34 hours into it. That's wild, yo. Um, it's a good game though. I would advise anyone to, even if you don't like rogue like games, I would say give this one a try. This one is it is definitely top notch quality, and it's made from a killer indie developer, Super Giant, who pretty much makes go whatever they make. So I really would give a thumbs up for. Hey, that's why I was up for Game of the Year when it came out. It's a excellent game. Um, I am on, I think, the second to the last chapter of Tales of Kizara. I am very close to finishing
Oh man.
that game.
Pass me.
It's yeah. I spent like one night. I just went to town, and Act 2 was the best act in the entire game. Act 2 was. The first act was kind of slow. Act 2 was absolutely the no 3 Act 3. No. Is that 3? Yeah, I think it's Act 3. One and 3 when it's a little uh, twist at the end. That was the best act to me. But yeah, I'm still working on finishing that game. I do want to give some insights, some updates whenever I get a chance to beat it, and maybe you guys get a little bit further. I do want to kind of talk about that. Maybe we'll spend a cast talking about it since we've all played it. But do kind of want to dive into that a little bit more. And lastly, it's not a game that I've been playing, but it's a game that I will be playing on July 15th. They just uh, revealed more information about the new college football, NCAA college football 2025. This is the first entry since college football 14, NCAA football 14. So this is the first entry into that series since 2013. So I am absolutely excited to play this game. I'm super amped. Been missing college football for over 11 years. And so, yeah, whenever it drops in July, I may actually take a day off from work too. I don't know. We'll see. But no, I'm super excited about that. So, yeah, that's what I've been gaming on. What I will have been gaming on.
Okay. Now with that the NCAA, how did they rectify the situation with the college students, the likenesses?
So the NL is here. So college football players can't get paid now. So what it is that the college football players have to opt in to being in the game. And so if they opt in into being in the game, every person that opts in gets $500 and a free copy of the game.
Okay.
So it's over 20,000. I forget how many college athletes there is, but there's thousands and tens of thousands of college athletes, and so they're paying $500 to every single person that opts in, and a free copy of the game. So that's how they're kind of getting around. Not getting around. That's how they're allowed to use their likeness and their name within the game. They're actually getting paid for it now.
Okay.
And I found out actually, I could have made some money a couple of years, about few years back, 7, 8 years back. I was actually in college football 2006, 7, 6 and 7. I was actually I was in the game. My school was in the game. I was in the game, and
Southeast
I
Missouri
found out
State.
the SEMO was in the game, and I come to find out that there was a lawsuit, and if you participate in the lawsuit, you actually got a little money. They paid out the players that were in that game. So I could have got some money, but I didn't. I guess I didn't follow the lawsuit enough, and I found out that some of my other homies actually got a little money, little toss down from that lawsuit.
What
So
they
just
get?
throwing
They let her know what they did.
like it's like a couple hundred. It wasn't much, like a couple $100.
Okay.
A
Shouts
couple
out to
hundred.
Chariot,
Yeah.
man. What's up? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. All right. It's Carlos said this week I graduated with my associate's degree. Congratulations, bro. I've also played some Baldur's Gate 3 and the new Star Citizen update. Not sure if you have played BG3. What's that? BG3, Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, but it is easily a 10 out of 10. All right, Mr. Carlos. Congratulations on the associate degree. That is dope. That's dope right there, man.
Moving on up.
We got smart folk in our comment section. Smart peoples. All right, so anyway, so where do we want to start? Do we want to start with Square Enix?
Well, actually, let's start with Sony, because we can use that Square Enix to go into the Switch conversation. So let's go ahead and get Sony out the way.
All right, so the debacle so we're a little late on this topic because we went so ham on Phil last week. We didn't talk about this, but of course y'all know that Sony tried to make Helldivers a thing of the past by making it mandatory to have a login or PlayStation what is it? PlayStation PN account? PSN account. And this was going to cause a lot of countries and places in the world, not United States or Europe, but places to not be able to access this game via PC. If you didn't have a PlayStation or was in a country where you could access the PSN or create a PSN account, you was just up boo-boo's creek, so to speak. And this caused a outcry across the gaming sphere. So I'm gonna let K-Bomb kind of take over, and I'm gonna find this article concerning this. And K-Bomb, go ahead.
So I mean, what did you want me to summarize it, or what?
Yeah, just go ahead.
What are some of the major events, or?
Yes, because we missed a lot, and I'm trying to see what article I want to pull up. So go ahead.
No problem. So the biggest thing is Sony wanted to retroactively apply a PSN account to the Helldivers game. So first let's say this: having to log into or create an account for a different so for a particular, I guess, company in order to play the game on PC is not a new thing. In order to play, I believe, Red Dead Redemption 2 on the PC via Steam, sorry, you do have to have a GTA account. In order to play, I think maybe some of the Ubisoft games, you do have to have a Ubisoft account. And I believe some of the Xbox games, I think there's some accounts there that you have to actually create in order to play those games. So this isn't a new thing. It's not like Sony just created something brand new and just told have their people to do that. And so
Hold up. Shout out to not Cherry Man, but DJ Fanatic. Welcome to the show, bro. I see you in there. Nice. Let's go.
yeah, and so the big thing, so it's not brand new, but Sony is retroactively applying this to Helldivers that's been out for several months, and we know that I believe I just sent it in the chat this week that Helldivers is actually the fastest selling PlayStation 5 title. And so I believe it was 12 million in a couple of weeks. Uh, and so what happened was that there was an uproar, as Level said, and the people in effect isn't the PlayStation folks. I bet you we understand that because you have to have a PSN account in order to play on the PlayStation anyway. The people that were affected were the PC audience,
Right.
and the PC audience was livid. They
You
were
already know.
the PC Master Race was not having it. You can't control me. So I don't know if Level's going to read a little bit more.
Well, I got the reverse. I got the one where it talks about it reverse. So you want me to read that
reversal.
one?
Okay. Well, let me. I get to a little bit more. So the big thing that occurred was PC Master Race was upset, and they made their voice known. There's a in Steam. The Helldivers went from I think like 86% mostly good as far as its rating to having an overwhelming amount of negative reviews. They went ham, and not only they went ham, they started to ask for refunds. And Steam was giving refunds left and right because people were unhappy with Sony's approach, and they made their voice very loud, very vocal, and they did what you're supposed to do, which is talk with your money. And that led to Sony. Well, actually, so one more piece is that the head guys over at Arrowhead, that's the name of the development company that makes Helldivers, they came out and said that that it sucks, but they're going to focus on making the best game they can going forward. They're kind of throwing in that saying it's not their decision, out of their hands, and but they were just saying they're going to do the best they can going forward to make sure that they respect their consumers and audience and stuff like that. And what I guess Sony took for granted is how united the I'm sorry, the Helldivers community is, especially with the whole tag of the Helldivers game is liberation, joining together to liberate the galaxy.
You gonna play on
They
that game? That's dope.
exactly. They took for granted the strength and the connection of this community, and they let Sony have it. And so, Level's probably going to read a little bit more into it on
All right.
the decision of what happened.
Nia, pray for me because I didn't proofread this yet. PlayStation reverses course on Helldivers 2 PSN account requirement. Sony Interactive Entertainment says we've heard your feedback after fan uproar. So, PlayStation has reversed course on the Helldivers 2 PSN account requirement, walking back the unpopular policy after a weekend-long backlash that included tens of thousands of negative reviews, some of which spread to Sony's other Steam games. Let me see. Helldiver fan says,
Hey, bro, you said other games were out there catching strays?
Yeah, it says spread to Sony's other
That's
Steam
crazy.
games. Helldivers fans, we've heard your feedback on the Helldivers 2 account linking update. The May 6th update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for new players and for current players beginning May 30th. Will not be moving forward, Sony PlayStation says. We're still learning. Y'all still learning what's best for PC players, and your feedback has been invaluable. Thanks again for your continued support of Helldivers 2, and we'll keep you updated on future plans. So, in other words, like K-Bum said, they got a good dose of PC reality. That
You gonna learn today.
you gonna learn today. You can't just do whatever you want with us. We are not we're not your typical Sony fan base, and they reverse course quick. But go ahead. I'm gonna throw the floor. So I read it. So let's continue.
Yeah. First of all, I love the chat, man. Y'all the best, man. Y'all are the best, man.
You said
Did
you
read
could
it
do
up?
it. Thank you, DJ Fanatic. I appreciate that. You know, we got a teacher in here. I gotta do stuff right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get a incomplete on my assignment. Let's go.
Oh man, it's my kid's bedtime. Let me say this, and I'm gonna put them to bed. Yeah, man, you cannot come over here with that mess PlayStation. It'll be different if they had started off strong, saying, "Hey, you need a PlayStation account." Fine. You can't let me go off and enjoy this game, liberating the universe or whatever, killing bugs and all this other stuff with my friends, and we having a good old time, and now all of a sudden you want to change the game? That's just as bad as Xbox coming on stage talking about some DRM. You trying to change the game, and I'm already playing the game. How can you do this? But as many have tried and failed, you cannot mess with the PC community like that. Xbox tried it with the Xbox, was it Live Gold? You cannot come over here with that. They tried to make PC gamers pay for basically paying for internet connection. Like, bruh, I have a wired internet connection going to my PC right now. I do not need you. And that's what PlayStation just found out. Microsoft found out. Nintendo, if you want to come over here with them games, you gonna find out. PC gamers unite, and they stand up and they say, we don't need you. The only time that you can do something like that is what Nintendo did, is what scrub the internet and try to get all those what is it? The pirates, the emulators. That's about the best you can do. And even then, you probably they're
still fighting it.
There's somebody in the corner right now still playing pirated Switch games. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, I think that's pretty dope. Go ahead.
Let me throw my 2 cents in here. I think back to Mighty Keith's video that I think I saw it, but K-Bum, either you or Keith shared it in the chat, and I watched it, even though I was planning on watching it. And I think he summed it up, man. Like, they really don't be considering who they dealing with, and sometimes I think they just be blinded. Like, we can just do what we want to do, and you just gonna accept it. And it's like, bro, y'all realizing that y'all are cutting off? I think it was like 100 or so different small, countries or communities. I guess countries. What would you say? That wasn't going to be able to access this because they didn't have PlayStation 5s and they could not create a PSN account.
Right.
And it's like, y'all just going to do this anyway? Like, when your stuff is working right? I mean, like K-Bum just read, it's the fastest selling PlayStation 5 game to date. The community is thriving. Y'all have y'all Call of Duty, dare I say? And you're going to undermine it by being suits? It's just silly to me. And I'm reading some of these comments on X, I guess. Let me go and say it. Someone of them said, I think it's Pirate Software, says, "Wow, this is a victory for the players. You have left a lasting stain on your brand as a publisher. Many people have very little reason to trust Sony going forward. Moving the business before you understand the player base is never the right choice. That sounds like D2K writing right there. This other person said, I hope this is a lesson to everyone. We have power as consumers. The corps are beholden to us, not us to them. True.
Let's go back to that last comment. Do y'all really think PlayStation left a lasting or a bad
No,
taste
I
in
don't
the?
agree with that.
I 100% agree with that, and I was
You
going to touch
do?
that in my
Okay, go
topic.
ahead. Go ahead. Explain.
All right, you want me to
I
go
don't.
next?
A lasting. Well, I don't think they could do any more damage than they already done. We don't trust
No.
Sony. Period. That's what I would say.
No. Sony has a pretty good reputation, and keep probably saying as with the PC community right now. Sony are taking their first party games and bringing them over so the PC community can play the game, and they've had a pretty decent track record with that. And they're actually growing because that's part of their strategy is to grow their user base. They have a user base on the PlayStation, but to also grow it on the PC. So they have a very good did have a very good stance with the PC audience, I would say. But so all they had to do was ride the wave. That's it. Ride the wave. Again, this is one of those games where Sony themselves, yeah, they put money up. Yeah, they helped publish this. But this isn't from their studios. This is a partnership with a third party studio that has delivered a game on their console only that is an absolute banger. This is the one reason why no one's really throwing shade at Sony right now because Sony has a game on their console that you can't get on any other console. This is one of the reasons that makes Sony last each generation is that they have these third party connections, and all they had to do was ride the wave. Now they've gone on because they wanted to increase their PSN numbers. They wanted to utilize this millions of people over in the PC to use it to grow their PSN numbers. They made a decision based on money, not on user feedback, not on the audience, not on helping out the game itself, not helping out the gamers. They made a decision solely based on money.
Yeah, it was greed.
Period. And they have absolute. They were ran through the mud so much that other games which have been successful on PC are catching strays as well. They ain't happy, bro. The PC community was gonna let Sony, and they didn't care if they would never play this game. There were people with 90 hours in this game asking for refunds. Bro, 80, 90 hours in a game. Nope, give me a refund. Don't want it. That's a problem. That is a stain. That people that's dedicated to this game that much. And I want to make sure I let Sony have it. I am not going to allow this to go by. I have said many times, I am a Sony fan, but I am a gamer. And this is a spit in the face towards gamers because you did not make a decision to better your community. You made a decision for your pockets. And you got every bit of backlash that you deserved because this was crap. If I understand they could have made this decision at the beginning, then cool. Like he said, make it at the beginning. Now we know what we're getting into. But it was so bad that Steam had to take the game out of those countries
Right.
and there was a huge question mark for those who have already paid for that game in that country if they would even be able to still play it. Because you were in those countries, you were not able to create a PSN account. They didn't even answer that question first before they was starting to put this in motion. And that's a problem because you are alienating your community. So I hope this is a stain on Sony. I hope PC gamers do not forget what they did. And I hope they do not trust Sony because Sony doesn't need to go back to the PS3 era when they say next gen doesn't start until we say so. I don't need that Sony again. That Sony was in last place. That Sony almost went bankrupt. Don't need that anymore. I need the ones who are trying to make games for the community and doing things for the community, which in turn is for their pockets. That's
Okay.
what I need.
So I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna read what a question that Nia asked. This is operator Drewski. It says to Sony, who sold millions of people a game that they wouldn't be able to play after 3 months, only pulling their silly idea after 200,000 negative streams reviews. You have been awarded one yikes. that was stupid. Anyway, Nia asked the question.
He said one yikes. That's funny.
Yeah,
I
one
like that.
yikes. He said, she says, how would a decision like this affect Sony's pockets? She says, I'm ignorant to this topic. How would they profit?
This is a talking point they can use with their shareholders to show. Look at how much the PSN grew. This is a talking point for shareholders, for investors, for other companies, so they can show how big the PSN is growing and how fast they're growing. And it's not directly, hey, they get money. I don't think they get money for each person on the PSN, but this is what drives future decisions. This is what drives future business. Is being them to be able to say in first quarter, blah blah blah, we grew PSN by 5 million, which all you did was cipher the PC audience. And so
Right.
this is part of
So they was trying to
that conversation.
capitalize off of. They was trying to leverage that PC community for personal, which is nothing wrong with that, but to undermine a successful title in the
A cash cow, bro.
so
Cash cow.
Yeah, you're
So-
right. Just sit back and ride the wave. Put
yeah.
the money in
So
your
I
pocket.
guess what I meant when I was saying I don't see it as a lasting stain. I get what you're saying now, K-Bum. With the PC community, yes, I agree with that. I think we already know that Sony is not to be trusted. That Sony lies or Sony
They
does.
be lying. They be
Yeah,
lying.
so we knew that, but coming from the PC side and the relationship and what they've been doing thus far, and I don't think Microsoft would do anything like that. They would be wise enough not to do that, I think. Yeah, I see what you're saying, that you do this and people be leery to buy your next one because remember what they did the last time? They may try to pull that stunt again or out the gate
Absolutely.
make it a requirement so that they don't have to walk back anything. Yeah. So yeah, I can see
You
what
see what
you're
they did
saying.
with Ghost of Tsushima?
What they do with
hit that
Ghost?
up. So there's an online portion of Ghost that you have to have a PSN account to play, and they went ahead and told you that. But can y'all? I think they actually said that you were going to need one down the line, anyways. With
They
Helldivers.
did,
They did.
but they couldn't
They
work
did.
it out.
They did.
It was because of the massive amounts of users. They couldn't really implement it, so they kind of just like K-Bum said, they kind of just rode the wave. And by this time, it's like, bro, this thing blew up to a level I don't think Sony was expecting. Right? Helldivers is not an expected phenomenon. I don't think Sony was prepared for it. I don't think who makes it. What's
Arrowhead.
Arrowhead was expecting it. This game caught on and just blew up. So I agree with both of you guys. You just ride that. You don't do anything. And that's why I think Mighty Keith's video was so accurate. You have a dude literally saying, hey, if we do this, we're going to make the PC gamers upset. If we do this, we're going to isolate 150, 160 countries who cannot access PSN. And the suits was like, who cares? Do it. We're Sony. And then once they did it, and then the backlash came, it's like, hey, what are we going to do to stop this? It's like, fool, I just told you that if we make this move, what was going to happen? It's like they don't even listen.
He
Cause,
said, I said, how can anyone see this coming?
yeah, I like that part. How could anybody see that come? Like, bro, I told you the whole time. So it is amazing that the part that stands out to me is the fact that you went ahead and did this or tried to do this knowing that 150 countries were going to be instantly locked out. Like,
That means
massive
you're not making a decision
inconsiderate.
for gamers.
Yeah.
It clearly says you're not making a decision for the gamers.
Right. That's just massively inconsiderate. Like, you're not even considering not just the gamers, but the ones who actually purchased your game. I can see if they haven't gotten access to it and you do it, and they can't get access any. But there are people that was playing Thriver, like you said, K-Bomb, 90, 100 plus hours already committed to this title. They have made your game what it is. They word of mouth, their gameplay, their walkthroughs, their YouTube posts, they Twitch X posts, they Twitch pro. What is that other one? Is it Twitch?
Yeah,
Twitch posts and everywhere else, and Instagram and Facebook has caused this game to become a phenomenon. The fan base did that, not you, Sony. The fan base did that. The word of mouth did that. The community did that, and the PC community did that. And then you showed no loyalty, showed no appreciation. You just saw an opportunity for a little bit more money and an opportunity to leverage their support for your own greedy benefit. And you was willing to cut the knees off, cut this game off at its legs to make a small margin bump with subscribers. That was stupid, man. It was foolish. That's arrogance.
let me tell you this.
That's arrogance.
This game is truly a game of the fans. This game did what no other game does. And this is how you know that this game was made popular by word of mouth. This game sold more copies the second week it was out than the first week it was out.
Right.
Yeah.
That means, people, because me included, I am one of those people
No, not we.
that had no
Not me.
intention of buying this game.
We
Say what?
didn't. We,
No
none
intention,
of us
zero.
here. I remember that we had that.
I
What?
talked
Maybe
about it.
Keith. Maybe
Keith did say he might.
You're welcome.
Maybe Keith. But I had zero interest. It was word of mouth that made this game. It was the community that made this game what it is. And the fact, the biggest takeaway for me, I don't know, you gave your takeaway, and I'm gonna let Keith give his. The biggest takeaway for me is that this shows that gamers can have the power in their hands. That they don't have to just do whatever the suits and the companies tell them that they should do. That you still hold the power, and you can make moves by talking with your dollar bills, talking with your money, and showing these companies that you ain't gonna stand for. That's the biggest takeaway that I've taken away that I got for this, is that the gamers have so much power that they don't know and they refuse to utilize.
Let's reframe what you just said. Then I'm gonna give it to Keith. What it showed was the PC gamers showed console gamers how it's done.
Yeah, I'll take that.
They said, we are used to freedom. We're not used to our hands being held. We're not used to having to do all the hurdle jumping and hula hooping for these companies. And we're not finna let Sony force us to do what y'all have to do. And because the game is more prominent there, they controlled its fate. And they showed us what we could have been doing that we thought we was powerless to do. Oh, we just gotta. I think we showed it. We get there, but I think even with Nintendo Online, I think it's gonna be a lot of changing because nobody was buying the phone service and all that stuff. They gonna have to pivot. Why? Because nobody bought it. So, but yeah, Keith, the floor is yours. I thought that. What you said, K-Bone, was correct. I just want to give more credit to the PC side of things, not us.
I appreciate you for saying it, because that's what I was going to do too. But I'm also going to take it a step further.
Okay.
They don't own PC. They don't own the platform. So they can't control the narrative.
They can't bully.
They can't bully. With the PlayStation 5, they can kind of have a little bit more power, a little bit more say. But you know, at the end of the day, the gamers still are going to say what they're going to say with their dollars. But the bad position that Sony put themselves in, that this game was extremely successful, and they couldn't deny the voices. So that they were going to lose this no matter what. Even if it was just on PlayStation, they were going to lose this. But being that, you know, said all that, I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to play devil's advocate, and it's just me. I wouldn't mind signing into my PlayStation Network account. I signed into everything else. Xbox, well, K-Boom already said everything. I signed into everything else. Me personally, I would have liked to have just an option. You know, don't restrict it from those countries that's playing your games and enjoying your games and is making that game a success. Don't restrict them. But for those people, it's like, hey, if you want to sign into your PlayStation account and have this feeding into your legacy or the ecosystem, I think that would have been a great option as well as opposed to trying to force it on the gamers. That's just my little 2 cents. But I agree with both you guys' takeaways.
Good take.
In that, I appreciate it. In that, gamers have power, and it starts with the dollar. And that's how we're gonna make change. I mean, I said it earlier. DRM immediately they backtracked that immediately, and that was the Xbox gamers.
Right.
So
Yeah,
we
that's
got
true.
power.
That's true.
So, because of the PC Master Race, we who love Helldivers 2 can continue to play it the way that we are currently playing it. I will log on to my PSN account because I have a PlayStation 5. I have no choice. But I'm happy that those who don't have to, and they can continue to join and give out that sweet liberty. Anyway, because this game, man, some of the clips that we be seeing, man, I be like, what? It be looking like movie wheels, man. But anyway, so that's great. Thank you, Sony, for doing the right thing and pivoting on your nonsense. But we got to continue, not to throw any shade, but it seemed to be enough going on with Microsoft that Sony said, let us have some of that. So let's continue with this. So Square Enix had a reveal, not a necessarily reveal, but they had something to say that we're going to discuss. And that is, they are done with the exclusive relationship with Sony. So, I'm going to read this article. It says, Square Enix is done with PlayStation exclusivity after profit drops. So, let's continue. Whoever wrote this is slick. Square Enix wants an open relationship. I like that.
Come on.
That was kind of funny. Okay, all right. They say they want an open relationship, even though Square Enix and Sony's partnership goes back years. Something has to change for the publisher. It has realized, and that includes getting its biggest games outside of. Wait a minute, that didn't make any sense. Something has to change for the publisher. It has realized, and that includes getting its biggest games outside of the reach of a single console. I don't know why they would put that like that. But anyway, in its latest earnings release, Square Enix reported a profit drop of 69.7% year over year. Jesus. Thanks in part to MMO and mobile declines. And also growing operation losses from high dev costs, how you say that, a moderation?
I think that sounds good.
Even if sales are up slightly, but the company has made it clear its plans to make the most of these. It plans to make the most of these high development costs with releases on more platforms. Square Enix will aggressively pursue a multi-platform strategy that includes Nintendo's platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, it says. Many of Square Enix's biggest games have been locked into one platform partnerships. Like last year's Final Fantasy 16 and this year's Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, both out on a single system, the PlayStation 5. Even if that console is very popular, Square Enix now fully understands they cannot limit themselves to that strategy no matter what kind of relationship they had with Sony. Oh, that girl said, I'm done with you. That girl said, that's it. You ain't paying the bills. So, let's talk about it. What do y'all think about this this statement from Sony? Let's go. Let's start there. From Square Enix.
Square Enix.
Let's start there first. Who want to go?
I'll start. Money, and more money. That's what it's all about. I never understood. Well, I guess they were making money with PlayStation, but I never understood why that relationship even existed like that out beyond PS2. I figured they would have opened up their doors to open up more to other platforms and start making more money. But I like the statement. I think it's pretty good that Nintendo's in the conversation. PlayStation, obviously, you wouldn't leave PlayStation, but you're bringing in more people. PC, come on, man. Everybody sees the benefit of porting their games over to PC, whether it be Steam, Epic, wherever you want to put it on PC, or however you want to put it on PC. There's always a benefit to doing that. Go back to the last topic if you just came into the podcast.
Right.
So, and then Xbox. I mean, we know the numbers and how things are going over there in Xbox land, but truth be told, that's still an avenue, and you could build up a fan base, but completely locking them out and just saying, "Hey, we're going to just deal with PlayStation," you might be losing fans in the process. So I think this is a good thing. I'm gonna yield there.
Okay, all right. K-Bar?
So I I understand how this came about, right? When you understand that Japan doesn't buy Xboxes, you can understand why a Japanese company would um, connect and get all nice and cozy with Sony, because the most of their sales are coming from the PlayStation, and for them it did not seem that much of a reach to leave the Xbox systems, because especially in Japan, it wasn't like they were losing out on a bunch of money there. In the US, it's a different story. Definitely a lot more Xboxes there, and also it is a large audience for those RPGs in America. But for them, I can see why that decision was made, because they were making the bulk of their money on PlayStation anyway. So why not get a nice partnership and get whatever other deals you can get? But the proof is in the pudding. The proof is absolutely in the pudding, and in the 69% drop in profit. The fact that the problem is that these are not. It's not like these are bad games. These games are reviewed very well. They score pretty good, um, but the sales don't reflect that. And for a third party publisher, it makes sense to allow your game to be out there where more people can get it. Even first party companies are understanding that more and more. Sony understands it's important to get their first party games into a wider audience. Microsoft, with a losing strategy, understands that they need to get their
K-Ball,
games.
you could have let them. You could have let them slide on tonight,
Hey,
bro. You could have let
listen,
them slide on
Microsoft
tonight.
been catching strays all night subtly.
I
I'm
see.
sorry. I'm sorry. But they understand that it's good to get their first party game out on more audience. Only person that stands strong, that's standing strong, especially with first party, is Nintendo. It's because their attachment rate with first party games is redundant. Uh, they can outlast everybody else by just staying on the Nintendo system. But third parties are seeing the value in it. It's too many other Switches out there, 130. Too many other whatever Xbox has that's out there available to them, and the in the PC world. And so they see the money that they're losing. They see the other people making gains on these other platforms, and so I stand by the decision. I think they're making the right decision for their business, and I think that's the way that they should go. This partnership isn't being as lucrative as they want it to be, and so they got to make a move. So I back them.
Okay. Shout out to D2K. Welcome to the show. All right, so this is an interesting topic because I feel like it can segue to where we're going to go, but there's an observation that I think we got to peel and talk about, and that's this line right here. But the company has made it clear it plans to make the most of these high development costs with releasing on more platforms. That's the observation, and that's the problem. So going back to what Keith said, the exclusive relationship between Sony and Square Enix made sense back then because they was trying to, Sony was trying to leverage this popular developer with a popular franchise IP. Final Fantasy. It used to be on the Nintendo with the Super NES and NES, and it was popular there. And they had this new 3D Final Fantasy VII that was probably one of the greatest games ever created in many people's minds. And Sony paid the money to make that relationship exclusive. And I think back then it made a lot of sense, to do that. And because of the popularity of the PlayStation, it made a lot of sense. It was lucrative. It cost a lot to make games on Nintendo at that time. And I think like K-Bum said, Xbox really never had a presence in Japan, and they didn't need Xbox in America. And Nintendo was a flailing, unpopular kiddie destination in most minds, a second afterthought. It just made all the sense in the world, right? To just stick with Sony. You're making all your money. Sony is also paying you for these games to stay exclusive to them. Made sense. You got that with like I said, Final Fantasy. You got that with the what was the Disney spinoff? Kingdom Hearts, and it just made all the sense in the world. But now these games cost way too much, and I don't think that all that money that Sony is giving them is offsetting the cost, and then limited to one platform is not allowing them to recoup. And you have another platform out here, another Japanese platform out here that's selling like hotcakes, and your relationship with Sony won't allow you to take advantage of what's actually really hot. So it makes sense that they're ready to end this relationship because, and D2K just said it in the comment section, it is no longer sustainable. The cost of these games are too high. I'm pretty sure it costs a lot of money to make Final Fantasy, 16 they said? Let me see, what was that? Final Fantasy 16. I'm pretty sure that game costs a lot of money to make. And they also are making the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm pretty sure that game cost a lot to make, and I thought that was coming to the Switch, if I'm not mistaken. That they made. I know Final Fantasy 7. I don't know about Rebirth. It's the cost, man. It just costs too much. It costs too much to keep these games exclusive to one platform, and those platforms or those companies can't pay enough to offset the cost of development to make it make sense. No different than Game Pass also killing these developers making money. Hi-Fi Rush, had it not been forced to Game Pass and actually could have made some money, they may not have had to close those studios. So in a similar way, even though it's making money, it's not making enough money to offset the cost of the creation and development of the title, and the money that Sony is giving them to keep it exclusive is also not offsetting this. And now it's got to a point to, like K-Bum said and like we read, when you lose 69.7% profit drop year over year, and he said mostly a lot due to MMOs and mobile decline, but also growing dev cost. It's just too high. It just costs too much money to make sense to not put it everywhere you can put it. I think that's what Microsoft is trying to do. I see Sony is doing it also with trying to leverage PC with their titles. They saying, hey, there's a whole nother pool. There's a whole nother pond we can go fishing in, and we can get a lot of trout. We can get a lot of bass. We can get a lot of crappie. We can get a lot of bluegill. We can get some catfish, all the variations of those catfish right there over there. We don't have to keep fishing this pond over here. And I think third parties are starting to say the same thing. Does it make sense to put these games on one platform? It did when Sony was the only one selling 180 and 90 to 120 million systems. It made all the sense in the world.
I'm gonna let you finish, but DJ Fanatic said 300 million development costs for Final Fantasy 16.
Jesus. Thank you, DJ Fanatic. Shout out for that. So
it will be on PlayStation. That's correct.
It made sense when PlayStation 1, phenomenon. PlayStation 2, phenomenon. It made sense to make that relationship. Look at what look at the GameCube sold. What, 29? The N64, 35, 40? It made sense to build that relationship over there. But now things have changed, and they're not the only one selling like that. And there's another pool with a lot of people, and these development costs have so skyrocketed that I don't think, and I was, me and K-Bum and Keith was talking about this behind the scenes. I don't think Square Enix is the only one that's about to do this. I think they are the first of many that's about to say, we're not looking to make our games exclusive to anybody. We need our game everywhere to account for the enlargement of the costs, development costs that we're taking on. So it costs $300 million for Final Fantasy VI development. That is offensive. I'm offended by that number. Did it cost that much to make a Marvel movie? That's more than a Marvel movie.
We do have to know that Final Fantasy games are always super in depth and diverse, and it's always spectacle, those games. But it's still a lot of money. I'm not trying to make an excuse for the 300 million. I just want to say that they are usually more than the average when it comes to what is in the game. Typical to like a Witcher or how like Cyberpunk did they're usually, it go above and beyond the normal type of thing, but 300 million is still a whole lot of money, and that's pretty rough.
Right. So, okay, so I'm trying to let me catch up. All right, so DJ Fanatic said 300 million for Final Fantasy 16 development. Carlos Hill said, I figured a game developer would be laid off because games are getting easier and easier to make, but 300 million is wild. I agree. D2K Prime. Game development is costing more than motion pictures. I was literally just saying that. Development these days. But with motion pictures, everybody gets to see that. That's where gaming is heading. Explain that a little bit better for me, unless y'all understood that last line. Where everybody gets to see that.
Yeah. What he's saying in
Basically
the
saying the same
movie.
thing.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, I was trying to make sure that's what he meant. I didn't know if I was interpreting that right. Okay, so but everybody can go to the movie and see that. It's not saying, hey, only these companies theaters can play this. It's at every theater across the states. I get what you're saying.
Essentially.
That makes sense. That's a good point. DJ Fanatic says they grossed. Now take this is Final Fantasy 16 grossed 84 million the first week. So it cost 300 million to make, and they only made 84 million the first week. Woo. Yeah, boy. So did it? Okay, let me ask this as well. And DJ Fanatic, if you can answer this, answer for us, because I'm not sure. Was it a cross-gen release, or did it only release on PlayStation 5?
Or 16?
Yes.
That's the latest one. That's what they're talking about. Final Fantasy 16 was only on PS5, I believe.
So it's only on PS5. So PS5 is at 50 million systems sold. Ooh, man. So they boy. So the adoption rate wasn't good. Man.
And I was thinking that
they didn't even make back half. Go ahead, Keith.
No, I was thinking that game was going to eventually come to PC, or it should have came day and date. Like, I just don't understand how you can ignore that platform. Like, people just go, they push their games over there, and it just makes money. Like, it can no longer be ignored. I know where you're headed with this, and I would not spoil it, but man, you can't keep ignoring the PC, man. Just put it over there anyways. Why not? Hey, well, this game is like PlayStation's doing it now. You know, Microsoft knew it, but Microsoft blew it when they did day and date with Game Pass. But putting their games on PC and having it, man, they had it right there and they fumbled.
Right.
You gotta you gotta put your games on the PC. If you just do that.
Well, it brings me to my second observation. It says Square Enix will aggressively pursue a multi-platform strategy that includes, and the first one out the gate, Nintendo platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, and Keith, what you just said, PC. And it brings me to what you said. And this is kind of where I was going in the comment section about our last topic, which is third party and Switch 2. And the question I posed to you guys in the comment section, in our chat, and I pose here is, can they afford to ignore 130 million? Can they afford to ignore the expansive PC community and only focus on, for Square Enix, Sony, and for many others, Sony and Microsoft? Can these third-party companies continue to ignore this big pool over here that's not leaving? And I'm talking about the Switch and this next system coming up. Can they ignore 130 million? Now, let me set this up, and then I'll bring you in, K-Bum or Keith. The question I'm asking, and I'm looking and I'm using this, and this is kind of where I asked the question when I use this article to ask the question. Are third party starting to see Nintendo in a serious way, or consider Nintendo in a serious way with support and PC? We see it with PC, so that I don't think it needs to be asked, because we see Microsoft putting their games over there. Now we see Sony putting their games over there. The only one we don't see doing that is Nintendo, and I don't foresee them doing that when you got 60 million Mario Karts and 30 plus million Animal Crossings, and I don't see them doing it. But Sony and Microsoft is doing it, and we see third party already doing it, right? Can they ignore, and Keith, you to me, you set it up well. Can they ignore 130 million? That's my question. Right here, Square Enix will aggressively pursue a multi-platform strategy that includes Nintendo platforms. Let me add this tidbit, and the floor is y'all's, whoever want to go. There is a reason why Nintendo is not going to introduce a totally different system. The verbiage in from Furukawa, however you say his name, was the Switch predecessor, as it's insinuating a continuance. The account system traveling with you. Nintendo can't even ignore 130 million. Can these third parties, can EA, can Capcom, now we see Square Enix, the Ubisoft, can these people go into this next generation and continue to ignore Nintendo at this state where Nintendo is with the Switch, going into the Switch 2? Can they? And then I guess the next question will be, should they? Go ahead, the floor is yours.
I'll go ahead and jump on that because I know he kind of jumped on the first topics. So one of the things we talk about is third party getting interested in the Switch 2. Absolutely yes. Third party is absolutely interested in the Switch. They're absolutely interested in Nintendo. You've seen more and more efforts this generation. You've seen The Witcher. You've seen Mortal Kombat. You've seen Prince of Persia.
Doom,
You've
Wolfenstein.
seen Doom. You've seen a lot of games say, "Yep, we're gonna put our games on the Nintendo system." You've seen it. They're doing it. They're making those decisions. EA has been selling the same FIFA game for 10 years on the Nintendo system. And this past year, they finally updated and gave Nintendo fans a new engine, an updated engine for their FIFA game,
They
because
used
they
the
were still
Frostbite
the Switch
engine, right?
owners. You say what?
They used the Frostbite.
Yeah, Frostbite, because they were still using the original engine from the PS3 era.
Right.
On the Nintendo system. So yeah, you've absolutely seen it. So the second question, talking about can they ignore 130 million switches out there? And to answer that question directly, no, I don't think they can ignore the 130 million switch that's out there for purchase. But what they have to be cautious of is not the 130 million. It is the 10, 20 years of history of third parties on Nintendo system. And that piece says that um, the sales, and I know we've talked about this, we talked in the chat, that they, even with 100-some million out there, they don't really make or sell that many titles over there on those Nintendo systems. The third party is absolutely dwarfed in the top 50 when it comes to Nintendo titles. And I believe I did the research for several years now, and I think there's a total of three third-party games that are in the top 50 in sales on Nintendo platforms, and that's Minecraft, well, not Fortnite. You can't buy Fortnite. Minecraft, Among Us, and there was another game that even cracked the top 50. Um, so 130 million, they can absolutely not ignore 130 million systems available for purchase. But what they have to also take into consideration is the historical evidence of third party games on, and even some of their experiences on those systems, and the fact that even though Nintendo audience says they want third party, it doesn't always the return and what they do with their money isn't always there when it comes to some of these particular games. And so I think that that is also a factor and decisions that they make when making these decisions to putting on Nintendo system. But what I hope, and this is your third question, is will they take it serious? I hope they take it serious. I hope the next Switch 2, I hope third party takes serious. I hope that they're not putting. I hope they don't do the thing where they put out a minimal effort game onto the system, and then complain that no one buys their minimum effort game. That is shooting yourself in the foot. You can't you start yourself from behind and then complain that you started from behind, right? And so I hope that they take it serious. I hope that they put their best foot forward when it comes to putting the games on the Nintendo system. I hope they actually make that effort to maximize those games. Sometimes you may not be able to have complete parity with the system because sometimes that the lower power doesn't allow you to do the same exact things, the ray tracing and everything else, or even the RAM space that you have. But I hope they don't phone it in. They actually put in the effort needed to make the game successful on Nintendo system. So that's my point. That's my take on it. So I'll go ahead and toss it back to you guys.
Okay, all right. Mr. Norris, same question. First, can they? And then the next one we're going to deal with is should they?
No, they cannot ignore 130 million. However, we do have to be cautious and make sure that the Switch 2 is exactly the continuation of what we think or what the Switch was. Now, of course, we've been hearing rumors and talks and all this other stuff that it's pretty much going to be a beefed up Switch, like a really beefed up Switch. But Nintendo has to come out and actually do it. So the 130 million is a strong 130 million. It's a lot better than the 103 or 106 million that was that was the Wii. So this is a strong, solid 130 million legit, right? First time ever for Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in on that. I'm gonna go in on that part. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, this is a legit 130 million. We ain't looking at no grandmothers and grandfathers out there. Right. None of that. These are gamers who want to play games on the go. Are they going to continue to so no, that wasn't what I was going to say. What I was going to say was third parties are looking. They have no choice but to look. That's money to be made over there. But as Nia has already read my mind, as K-Bone was talking, I was like, they got to give parity. If it's not parity, if they're not bringing the same experience, then we might find ourselves in the same boat. They got to bring that similar experience. You can't go from one experience and one extreme all the time. And when it comes to Nintendo, that's the mindset that people have. Oh, I don't want to play that on Nintendo. I'm proof of that. I'm like, I'd rather go play it on my PC than play it on my Switch.
Me too.
Huh?
Me too.
Yeah. So we have that mentality, and Nintendo has birthed that mentality. So there's only so much a third party can do. So they have to make sure whatever this Switch 2 is going to be, if it's just a continuation and it's going to be able to give developers the parity, and it doesn't necessarily have to be 1-to-1, but it can be a drastic drop off the hill where you're like, it's obvious that this is the Nintendo version and this is the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC version. They have to be in the conversation. So, but I agree, the 130 million is if developers aren't looking at that and they don't believe that Nintendo has created a viable ecosystem, because if the Switch has the name, it's now an ecosystem, in my opinion. I don't know, somebody can look up the real definition, but the Switch ecosystem, they're crazy. They gotta look at this and say, this is something to behold and something that we need to invest in, because that's just money left on the table.
Right. So Keith kind of touched on a few things I want to touch on now, and I wanted to be accurate with the actual counting. D2K already put it in the chat, but I had it pulled up. It's actually at 141.32 million.
They coming close.
So, and the second part that Keith said that I want to bring attention to, and this is things that K-Bump said I want to give acknowledgement to as well, because we had a conversation in the chat room, and I think we was talking past each other. We was kind of having two different conversations about the same topic. And I want to give acknowledgement to what K-Bum's concerns are, because they are legit concerns. And then I want to kind of bring to light what I was referring to and the angle I was coming from. First, Keith hit it. This is not the Wii success. The Wii Blue Ocean strategy was just that. It was a whole different market of people. Your grandmother, your aunties, your uncles, your grandpa. That was it. So even though it sold 100 million units, it was absolutely a fad and a gimmick that wore out its welcome way before that system ever left the shelves. Right? But the Switch, these are gamers. These are legit gamers from all ages, from all backgrounds. And I see it at my job, man. They be having what they call the esports. And when I come there, I have to set up for this stuff. I don't see no PlayStation 5s. I don't see no PlayStation 4s. I don't see no Xbox Ones. I don't see no Xbox Series X or S's. All I see is Switches and Alienware. One whole room, nothing but Switches. You go into the other CSI, I don't know if you remember that, K-Bum. You go down to CSI, student development, all Alienware computers. Go upstairs, Smash Brothers on the screens. No PlayStation, nowhere. No Xbox, nowhere. Just Switches and PCs. In the comment section, talking to K-Bum Keith, I said, the Switch is Nintendo's PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1 broke through a barrier that they the only ones. Now, the DS did it too. But we never looked at the DS and the Game Boy Advance and all of them. We only looked at the home console. And because of the hybrid nature of the Switch, I believe, this is my opinion, that the Switch is Nintendo's PlayStation 1. They have hit a real market, a market that's going to come back, a returning market. So for that reason, I believe that's why we're seeing the Wolfensteins and the Dooms, which were actually really good. Doom was really good on the Switch. They really took that serious. I think Witcher did as much as they could possibly do. What is their name? Project. Is it Project Red?
CD Projekt Red.
CD Projekt Red did the best they could do on the Switch. They pulled a miracle with Witcher 3. But my point is, they got to take it serious because these are not soccer moms. Like Keith said, K-Bum, I see you in the rooms. I see me in the rooms. I see Keith in the rooms. I see Anita's in the rooms.
I ain't down there. What you talking about?
You ain't down. I'm just saying I see
No, I
our
get it.
caliber. Right. Now, from that angle, they cannot ignore because Nintendo did not detour away from it. They didn't change it up. They going to stick with this form factor. We're really getting a evolution, not a revolution. It's a better Switch, which means you creating a easier transition from the current Switch to the next by continuing the subscriptions and your user account and letting that travel with you and your games. All this stuff is supposed to happen. Now, so I believe third party is going to take Nintendo serious, but to K-Bum's point, and I agree wholeheartedly with K-Bum, and this is what he always echoes, and I agree with him. Nintendo has to do their part. This might be a defining moment for Nintendo. If Nintendo finally does right and give what Keith and K-Bum been screaming for years, and me and Keith has too, if they have parity with the online experience, if they can fix that, I think it's going to be a problem. Because that's the only thing. That's the only thing that's going to derail them at this point. I don't think it's graphics. And the reason I say I don't think it's graphics is because D2K hit it right on the nail. We are reaching a point of diminishing returns that they are telling you these games are costing too much to make. They are not going to have no choice but to kind of start pulling back. I don't think they want to continue trying to chase these crazy graphics. I think it's not sustainable. I think Nintendo's Blue Ocean strategy has worked. It's made sense. You see they titles, they first party is just thriving. If they can fix this third party situation, and if they can return to Super NES relationships, it's going to be a problem. And I'm just hoping that they do, because I want to see it. I would love to see it. Never thought we would see this, but you cannot deny 141 million systems that are not soccer moms. Those are gamers. Matter of fact, I was at the church, visiting a fellow church of ours in Cape. I'm sitting behind a young man, Nintendo Switch Lite. Up at the college, walking, sitting in his room, walked past a young girl, couldn't be no more than 20, 21, Switch in her hand. Go into the cafeteria. Dude got his backpack, got earphones in his ears, Switch in his hand. Switch and PCs, tablets and Switches. That's all I see. These are real gamers, folks. That's why I'm saying it's the PlayStation 1. If they can do PlayStation 2 with the Switch 2 and give some level of parity with their online offering, they already got Call of Duty sold up for 10 years. You think EA is going to let Activision have that space to itself? Call of Duty there? Yeah, they gonna want to bring over Battlefield. Because it's just too much. This is not a pool, y'all. This is an ocean. 141 million is an ocean. We haven't seen these numbers since PlayStation 2 and DS. No other systems. That's what I'm saying. And this is their first time. This is a legit gamer saw that gamers are seeking after the Switch. They're buying the system. That is not. It's not a Wii situation. It's not a fluke. So yeah, K-Bum, I agree with you. All your concerns are legit. No argument from me. You are right on the money. But if they fix that, man, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a huge problem. Because I think that what we thought we didn't want, we found out we wanted it. And that's that convenience. I can leave, I can wrap this thing up, and the graphics are good enough. If the Switch is PlayStation 4, I think we got a problem. That's all I was saying in the comment section. I think they taking the Switch too serious. But I kept saying at the end of that statement, Nintendo has, I said it like this, Nintendo has a lot to blame here. But yeah, third party played a lot, and K-Bum, you kind of articulated it. They gotta come with a real effort. You can't be gimping your game. I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think third party's gonna come.
I hope not.
Yeah, I don't think they're coming to gimp. I think what we see with the Switch is just the beginning, and hearing these developers saying we wish we would have jumped on earlier. We didn't know. I don't think they're gonna waste any time with Switch 2. Square Enix is just one of as the first of many. Finished about to tell you we can no longer sustain just supporting Sony. And on top of that, when you have a system that moved 141 million about to release a new one, Square Enix is like, look, it was good. It was good while it lasted. but I see some options, and you ain't making me no money, so I got to go pay the bills. They about to stick that leg out and be like, Nintendo, how you doing? So I'm curious, but K-Bum is right. Keith is right. Nia is right. D2K, you have been right. Nintendo has to do their part. So I'm not ignoring that. I'm saying that 141 is no joke. That is redunculous that they doing them numbers in this market. With what's going on with inflation and everything going on, Nintendo is thriving in system sales and first-party software. If I pulled up them numbers and just showed y'all, we done it several times. Nintendo has moved. Mario Kart 8 has moved over 60-something million software.
Same game twice.
Right. Okay.
It's still moving. It's still moving. I'm not hating on it.
No. You're right. Moving. But let me go a step farther. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Zelda has never sold like this. On the Wii, 100 million system mover. Tears of the Kingdom only moved like 11. Not Tears of the Kingdom, but Twilight Princess only moved like, I want to say 11 million. I might be too high on that. I might have to pull that up here in a second.
I want to make sure that we're clear on that though. To be fair,
yeah, go ahead.
We've never had a Zelda like this before. These two games, we've never had Zeldas. I'm not knocking what the Switch has done, but Nintendo did flex a little bit. We got to give them that. They flexed a little bit with these games.
Yeah, they did. But still, I feel like it's still fair to say Zelda has never moved like that. Even with 100 million system moving system, the Wii, even Skyward Sword only sold 9 million. You have two Zelda titles move over 30 million a piece on the same system. Y'all, this is the PlayStation 1. I can't say it's a 2 because they finna come with the next one. If they do this right, man, this can be a power shift. This could, if Nintendo does this right, they can be PlayStation to Nintendo back in 96, 97. They can retake that throne if they wanted to. I'm not making this a council war. I'm just stating facts. If Nintendo does right on the other side of gaming, meaning online and all that stuff, if they fix that with this next system, they have the potential. I'm not saying it's going to happen. They have the potential to top the power scale. So I called it I call this the NES to Super NES for Nintendo, but I believe Nintendo has found their first PlayStation 1. I am calm. I'm just saying. I'm excited, but I'm scared at the same time because it's Nintendo. I don't. It's Nintendo, man. I'm excited, but Nintendo can deflate you real quick. That's why I'm like, K-Bum is right and Keith is right. I'm trying to temper my expectations, but I believe Nintendo has something on their hands. But if they screw it up, it's going to be on them. I don't think third party is going to be the problem. I think third party was a part of the problem before, and Nintendo Power was a part of the problem. I think that's gone. I think we at a place where the power is getting to it doesn't matter level. I want more than what the Switch has, but it doesn't have to be PlayStation 5. I think PlayStation 4 is fine. Nintendo got to give them the features that is, like K-Bum said, like Keith said, like Nia said, like DJK have said many times, that is on par, that's parity across the board, that when I'm playing Call of Duty, my online is not so weak that it's dropping that's got to be fixed. That's the only thing. But I yield the floor to any feedback to what I just said. Yes, you can see I have gotten excited. I am.
Very excited.
I'm very excited for another Switch. I really am. I'm tired of the one I have. I really am. I'm done with that thing. Outside of Mario Wonder, I am done. What I'm hearing is exciting me. What I'm seeing with the developers and what they're saying is exciting me. It's making me believe that they are excited. I'm not excited because a new system is coming. That's always exciting. I'm excited because the developers seem to be talking different. Now, Keith did say they did talk like this with the Wii U. True. Don't do me like that, Keith. You hurt my feelings. But they are talking different, and that's what I'm excited about. The developers seem to be really looking at the Nintendo with eyes of opportunity, with googly eyes, like, I want to be over there. And that excites me because I haven't seen that with Nintendo from third party since NES days. And so anyway, I shut up. I'm feeling what I'm feeling level. I'm feeling what I'm feeling. I'm feeling it. So anyway, let me get off my soapbox and my preaching. K-Bum, you was right, man. You right. And I want to give you your what you cry and what you share and what you say. It may deflate, but it's the truth. You telling the truth. Level, don't get your hype up and Nintendo guts you and then you be over here upset for another generation. You right. I'm hoping that this is the generation where they finally get the picture. And I think they can't even ignore 141. I don't think Nintendo has ever experienced, well, yeah, they have, but not with a system like they have. So I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead. I went on my rant. I'm done.
I don't know what to say when Level actually says you're right, K-Bom. I'm speechless here. Well, if anyone was I guess Keith was an innocent bystander in the past week, so I guess he would understand how big of a statement that is.
Yes.
But no, I think Level has an absolute platform to stand on for its excitement. Nintendo hit it out the park with this one. They for what they had at their disposal, they did a excellent tightrope of portability, power, and usability. I think they tightrope that very well with the Switch. I know for me, being who I am, being a graphic person, there was still a little bit more to be desired that I wanted from the Switch system, and I did play it. I did give it a shot. I think I went on about a 6 to 8 month streak where I constantly got games from GameFly to try it out and test it out. So I definitely gave it its fair shot. But you can't deny the fact that this system has the possibility to be the highest selling home console ever. You can't turn a blind eye to that. And I'm not going to repeat because I think Level said it very well. So I'm not going to spend any more time repeating that. But yeah, I would give kudos to his point. I think he is spot on with his take, and I think like I said, I really want to see what third party is going to do. I hope Nintendo puts a good console, but I really want to see what third party does. And as Keith was saying, parity is very important. And if they can do it, if we can get a real Call of Duty on the Nintendo system with a good online, I think it's going to be fire, bro. And I think it's going to be only the sky's the limit for what they can do going forward. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Okay. Go ahead, Keith.
Yeah, my only advice to my brother in Christ is just wait, just wait and see. Just wait and see. No, I'm happy that you're excited because all of that is said. All that's saying is the work that they've done this far has been amazing, and you're just eager and wanting more. Me, I've been treated, or I don't know. Well, I don't know how I'm trying to say. Nintendo has shown me enough to just be like, hey, I'm a chill. I'm a wait. I'm with you. Y'all got my money, but I'm a wait. But definitely a reason to be excited. Even if the parody and all the other stuff does not happen. Let's say it doesn't happen. We know that we're going to get some solid Zelda games, and they're going to be at a level that we've never seen them before. Some incredible Mario games. Like those are the things that we can be happy about.
I'm about to address Nina. I was going to bring her into the loop. You don't have to say that. Go ahead, Keith.
But yeah, we're going to get some incredible Nintendo games at fidelities and things that we've never seen before. That we can take to the bank. So if the third parties come to and want to join, because you've already shown the numbers. You've never seen a Zelda sell this much before. Mario Kart, K1 said it did it twice. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want to jump on the bandwagon, I don't know what's going to make them jump on the bandwagon because the money is there. So, but right. I can't wait until whenever we get this Nintendo Direct. I'm going to be excited too. I'll be over here fanboying just with you. You know what I'm saying? But I got to see it though. I have to see it.
I'm trying. Like I said, now. Let me address Nia. See what you witnessed, Nia, is two individuals that already had their toxic fight before they got on the platform. Me and K-Bub been going at it. Now the thing was, like I said earlier, we was having two different conversations. I think K-Bum assumed I was saying something I wasn't, and I was trying to get him to see what I just said. I was not overlooking what he was saying. He thought I was saying that the Switch third party was going to do better on the Switch too than the Xbox. That was not what I was saying. But I will say this. I bring y'all into another aspect of our conversation. I do believe that third party is seeing Switch as a more valuable destination than Xbox. Not gonna say it's gonna sell more on the Switch. That's yet to be proven. That requires Nintendo to do some stuff on their part and third party to approach the Switch with parity, putting all the bells and whistles that they can in the game to ensure its success and day and date. But I do think Nintendo, for third party looks like a better destination than Xbox. That I will say. Xbox don't even report how many systems they sold.
Yeah, they stopped that a long time ago.
Right. So you not even PlayStation is 50 million. You not even sharing your numbers. So that means you may have moved 20. And then you got this system over here with 140 going to their next version of that. But I will say that. But no, we already got our arguing out, so I don't have to come on here and argue. I saw K-Bum's point the whole time, and I'm giving him his kudos. He's telling the truth. Keith also helps your boy kind of come out the clouds and not go too far with it. I just have a strange hunch that Nintendo might get this one right. Now, D2K pops up in my thoughts when he says, well, one thing you know with Nintendo is you never know. And and that line is just a reality. One thing is for sure, it's hunting. So, but let's look at this and we get out of here.
Nintendo's going Nintendo.
That Nintendo is going to Nintendo. And I hope 140 even makes them pause for a second. So look at this, man. We done pulled these numbers up, but I think they even gotten bigger. This is since March of 31st of 2024. Mario Kart Deluxe, 8 Deluxe, 61.97 million. Animal Cross, 45.36 million. Super Smash Bros, 34.22 million. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, 31.85 million. Super Mario Odyssey, 27.96 million. Pokemon Sword and Shield. I ain't gonna do it. K-Bum did. 27 million. Pokemon Scarlet, 24 million. Mario Party, 20 million.
Which one of those was the bad Pokemon? Which one was the trash
All
Pokemon?
of them. All of them was bad. Every last one of them.
It's trash. Still sold that much. It's crazy.
Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, that's not even a year old. 20.61 million. Between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, that's 50. Let me see. That's 53 million games. New Super Mario Deluxe, 17 million. Ring Fit, 15. Pokemon, 15. Pokemon, 15. Pokemon, 14. Luigi's Mansion, 3. 14. Splatoon, 13. Mario 3D World, this is the second time around, 13. Mario Wonder, that game came out when, Keith?
Sure.
This year happened like a couple months ago.
Was it this year?
Yeah.
That was this year? Oh, shoot.
No. Did it come out in winter? It came out last year.
October?
Yeah, October 20th. 13 million. Switch port, 13 million. Mario Party Superstars, 12 million. Splatoon 3, 11 million. Mario 3D All-Stars, 9. Mario Maker 2. Like, people, this is retarded.
Can't say that word.
This is crazy. Okay, let me rephrase that. So, yeah, so let me read some of this comment. Any statement, then we're gonna pull up this video of from Ubisoft real quick. So let me read. It said, let me see. K-Bum, I already read that. Cherry Man Games said, I'm going to hang out on the handheld PC for now until I see what Nintendo does with the new system. I think that's right to do. Video Game Her, yeah, I gotta see it. So she's agreeing with you, Keith. Is that Matt Jazz 47? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, he had a good comment.
Okay. First time I ever saw your name. All right. There will still be third parties that stubbornly refuse Nintendo EA because they want that top spot on the system, on the sales chart, because third parties can't overshadow them like Microsoft and Sony. So you saying because they can't have the number one spot and number one selling games, they won't put their game on the system? I never thought about it from that angle. What y'all
Good
think about
point,
that?
that's a good point. But here's the theme of tonight. These developers are needing to make money. I don't think they can lead with that anymore. I think if they can sell their game, that's good enough at this point. Yeah, selling it a lot and trying to be number one on Nintendo platforms back in the day and trying to compete with Nintendo. Yeah, let's go somewhere else because we can't compete with Donkey Kong, Mario, and Zelda and stuff like that. But today, in today's market, the development price, nah, we got to sell some units. We got to get our game everywhere. So I don't think that's a factor, but that is a really good comment. But that's my opinion.
K-Bomb, what you thought on that? That's an interesting take. I never really looked at it from that angle.
I think it's an interesting take. But one thing that I've learned about third party, especially EA, is that they like money, uh, and they like to go where the money is. And so I think there will be some stubbornness from some companies, just because of the relationship with the third party and the Nintendo. I think that would probably drive more people away than not being number one. But I see once someone puts a killer third party game out there and it sells like hotcakes, the flood doors are going to open, and you're going to see people and companies actually try and put great games, and not 10-year-old games or a game 2 years after it came out on the system. You're going to see some real effort once somebody leads the charge and get that third party game on that Nintendo system and really show them how it's done.
That's why I think. That's why I keep bringing up Call of Duty.
No,
Well, the reason go ahead.
no, I hear you with Call of Duty. I'm gonna raise the bar. If GTA 6 lands on the Switch 2, it's over. Just close the doors. There's nothing else to talk about. It's over. GTA 6 on the go. I mean, you can do that with the other ones, but on a Nintendo platform. When Rockstar is putting their games on Nintendo platforms, like the main ones, we're at a different stage in video games at this point.
And it's rumored that Red Dead Redemption 2 is supposed to be possibly coming to the Switch or Switch 2. They finding what they call that when they be going through and they find those things in the code of something like that. They found it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, man, you can't ignore 141. You can't. Whether you don't like Nintendo. That's what I'm saying. The one company that and Matt Jazz talking about, to me, EA is that company. EA, and that's what I was going to say. Call of Duty may force a Battlefield. Because do you want to let, even though it's owned by Microsoft now, do you want to let that game have its own space and place, even though you have before? But I'm curious. And then if Madden comes and it comes correct, K-Bun, you know that that'll be a game changer. If you start seeing the Maddens and all that stuff show up. But anyway, let me read what Matt said. Nintendo does stand for leave luck to heaven. Yeah, that's true. D2K Prime, Nintendo has proven with the Switch they don't need third parties anymore. Third parties need them. We might have to talk about that next week. We've had this argument, but we might have to pick that up. That's a good take. I don't think K-Bum's going to agree with that, but we'll see. Nia says, yeah, they need to reduce those dev costs. True. Chairman, yeah, and EA is one of them that may still be stubborn, like I was just saying. But I think they might have a hard time doing it. Like I said, hands will be shaking, announcements will be made. That's of DJ Fanatic, and he also said EA has always been that way. What is the problem? We gotta explore that. What is the problem with EA with Nintendo? What's the issue there? Video Game Her and Nintendo gotta fix their policies so Rockstar can get updates up at the same time as the others. Okay, that's one of the issues that they got to deal with. Okay, so any final thoughts on that? We're gonna play this video of Assassin's Creed Shadows, and then we're gonna bounce out of here. Good subject, y'all. Good subject. I thought we did well. I felt like you was bracing for me to come on the attack. I wasn't going to attack you tonight. That's for us and us only. Keith only gets to watch us argue all morning. I'm missing sets. I'm not even getting my sets done. Up here trying to text.
Got receipts.
Man, I'm texting. Keith going up there throwing wood on the flame and then hiding his hand. I'm overstating stuff and leaving punctuation out because I'm trying to hurry up and text this before K-Bum put 3 more texts up. I was like, I'm done. I was like, I am not doing this today. I'm not arguing with you today. Not today. I ain't even trying to argue. I just wanted to post that and bounce out. I was like, let's save it for the podcast. K-Bum was like, I've been trying to end this conversation. No, you wasn't. You weren't trying to end nothing.
I said on several occasions that let's end it because it's subjective. I did say it like 3 times, but that's beyond the point.
Okay. We not gonna bring y'all into the behind the scenes. That's for us. That's for only access denied for y'all. Let's go. Let's watch this. And I hope Nintendo finally let us play their videos without copyrighting it.
All I have ever known in my life, our land, our customs, my family, burns in the name of unification.
It looks good, man. I'm not gonna front. But I know this is all CGI.
You are still a frog in a well who knows nothing of the sea. The ocean's filled with new ships, but they all come from the same river. Greed. Power. Vengeance.
I'd rather them just make a game with him by itself. And I like the people that made Ghost of Tsushima to make it. That'd be dope.
That's supposed to be coming out with a thing. I think isn't there an anime about him or something like that?
Yeah.
Is there an anime or there's a movie coming out?
I think it's an anime. I think they already got one on
Or
Netflix.
choose another path.
But they might be making
beyond what
another
we
one.
see.
But yeah, he
Yeah, I
needs
think
his own game.
it's a movie they're
must
making.
look
Yeah, I
for
think it's a
it.
movie they're making.
Okay. Yeah, I would love to see the Assassin's Creed group. I mean, not Assassin's Creed, but the Ghost of Tsushima group. What is it? Sucker Punch.
Yeah, that's Sucker Punch. That's
Yeah.
Infamous people, I believe.
Yeah, I would love for them to make a game about
We
him.
must learn to trust. Rebuild.
They really didn't show any gameplay in this, did they?
Nah, it's Ubisoft being Ubisoft trying to be movie makers.
Yep. It was 1 or 2 things. It already has that same Assassin's Creed gameplay, and they're just doing the smoke and mirrors, but you got a black protagonist. I'm interested.
And that's the main reason why I played Origin.
Yep.
I actually enjoyed Origin, so let me not even front on that.
I did too. I liked Origins for about 25 hours, and then I went too far off the beaten path and was fighting people too strong and gave up. I couldn't even find where all them dots on that map. I couldn't find where I need to go.
Who do you serve?
and I was actually enjoying that game.
We are the shadows.
That served the light.
I might go back and put that game back in. I got that on the PlayStation 4. Might put it on the 5. Play it. All right, so I mean, we can't draw much from this, but thoughts.
No, we could draw this. The comments on the internet surrounding this game have been crazy.
Good or bad?
No, they just talk about
bruh.
racist comments, like
Racism.
They
Worst
mad
racism.
because of them using the black protagonist?
Absolutely.
Why? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's
I think if we dive into it, it's gonna take.
I don't even want to. It's too easy, and I don't want to bring our viewing group into that nonsense. That
So
they not the ones doing that.
partly is, they bring up the Sweet Baby Inc. piece. You know what I'm saying? That it's
Right.
that's part of it, and part of it is there are still questions on if he was an actual samurai. Is the other piece of the argument people are giving.
Okay, y'all,
And the fact that it's a woman, so they said that, I saw one comment that says Asians are white adjacent. And so this is pretty much them trying to get rid of the white man. I don't know. It was a stupid comment, but I saw it. I couldn't believe they said it, but they said it. So people are not happy about this.
But this brings up another conversation real quick. I got 10 more minutes. We was also talking about the Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown sales. And
that's right.
it only sold 500,000 copies across 3 platforms. Now, we was kind of
No, not 3 platforms. No. Across PS5, Xbox Series X,
it was on the
Switch, PS4,
okay,
Xbox
my bad. So
all of them.
So 7 platforms. Well,
yeah.
Was it PC? Was it on PC?
Not. It was okay. So PC too.
So you got Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X, Xbox One X, PlayStation 4. So that's 8 and PC. That's about 8, maybe 9 systems. It only sold 500,000 copies. Now, first question I'm gonna ask real quick. We don't want to be here too much longer. I do want to go and get upstairs for my wife. Be like, I'm going to bed. Do you think it was because it was a black protagonist?
Yes.
Because that made me think about the criticism that game received. When it was launched, they was fussing. That's not what the Prince of Persia looked like, and they end up telling that's not actually the prince. What's his name? What's the actual prince's name?
That wasn't even the Prince of Persia. It was a different.
It wasn't the Prince of Persia. That's what I was saying. It wasn't the Prince of Persia.
No, I'm saying the Prince in the game. It wasn't the quote Prince of Persia from the games. It was a different guy.
Oh, even the Prince in the game wasn't the Prince of Persia. Okay, dang, I didn't know that.
Well, he was a Prince of Persia, but he wasn't the Prince of Persia that you've seen in the other games.
Okay, let me get up on my understanding of the track. The person you play as. I'm not referring to him. I know he wasn't.
I know. Yeah. I'm saying that there's an actual prince that you're saving in the story.
I thought so. Okay, but he's not the. Okay,
yeah.
Got what you're saying. So keep going ahead. So you do believe that the race or the ethnicity of the protagonist was the problem with the sales?
Yeah, if you go back and you look at the announcement of that game and look at some of the original trailers, I'm pretty sure those comments and probably the tweets or X, whatever it's called now, you probably can find those as well. People were not they were not happy about the protagonist. And didn't Digital Foundry, didn't they do something? And they were talking about the music. Wasn't there like something about the music?
Yeah, the music.
It
Yeah,
was
I
real
remember
hip
that.
hop-ish. And like you, come on, man. We already know where that's based in. They were saying something. Why is it not epic and orchestrated and stuff like that? And it was hip hop. So yeah, I think the race around that character definitely affected the sales. And shout out to Ubisoft for doubling down.
Wow. We might have to table this discussion and pick it back up. But go ahead, K-Bum. What's your thoughts?
I don't know. I guess I'm too close to the game to say that because I thought Ubisoft answered all of those questions, letting people know that this wasn't the Prince of Persia, this was a different character, and the characters who formed this group were all of different type of ethnicities. They weren't just Persians. Um, they were from all over the place. And I thought they did a good job of answering that, and the game itself was very good. But if you never gave it a chance because you stopped at that, then yeah, that's a big reason. To be honest, to be 100% honest with you guys, I know we throw a lot of opinions out there, and we say a lot, and we have a lot of good opinions and good thoughts, and we kind of flesh it out. I have absolutely no reason, no understanding why this game flopped. I don't. I absolutely do not. I do know that the game itself did not feel like Prince of Persia. But with that being said, it was an excellent game. Even the review scores say it's excellent, and I think even the user scores say that it was a good game. So the fact that it completely missed the mark, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not here to just throw smoke up. Just throw smoke and just throw my opinion around just to throw it around. I don't know why. It didn't do what it was supposed to do. So that's my point on that.
I do want to respond to the whole Ubisoft responding. Unfortunately, even when someone tells you the truth, they're still going to lean into their own lie and their own delusion. And you're right, Ubisoft did go out and address it, and they went out of their way to address it so that everybody understood what was going on with the characters and who they were. Because I remember when we first saw the trailer, we was like, "Oh man, they changed the prince and he's black," and they immediately, no, that's not the prince. But I think people still are going to lean into what they believe in. It's kind of like that one game that you played with the time traveler. What was it?
Deathloop.
Deathloop. I just think that when you have a black protagonist, and I don't want to lean into the whole racism
But
thing,
that game did well.
did it?
Yeah.
Did they just close that? I think they just closed that studio though.
Was that the one that closed?
No, that was Red.
No,
That was
no. That's Redfall.
that was
Studios.
Redfall.
That's not the same people.
That's yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's not the
Yeah.
same people.
Okay. Well, the other thing I want to say though is, for me personally, after playing the demo, and we said it in the chat, the game really didn't grab me like that. I do want to eventually go back and play it, but there was just something about it, and it had that Ubisoft development on it that really just kind of
That
turned me off.
Ubisoft stank.
It had some Ubisoft stank on it, and I was just like, I'm good. I don't even want to. It's like I didn't want to really go through the game because of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say one of my theories was the price, and we can table that for next week. But now that I felt like maybe $49.99 was too. People didn't want to pay that much for it. But the demo is what ruined it for me. I would have bought it. I feel like the demo took my hype away, and I couldn't explain it. But I think, like Keith just said, it was. And K-Bum, did you play the demo, or did you just outright buy the game?
No, I played demo.
Okay.
I enjoyed the demo.
Yeah, the demo didn't do something for me. I don't know if I was expecting more, or it kind of felt. It looked good, and we watching it right now. But Keith, did it give you guacamole type?
No.
Huh?
No, I think Tales of Zendara gives me guacamole feels.
Okay.
Vibes.
It felt funny.
Kinzara.
Tales of Kazar, yeah. It felt funny to me. I don't know why. I just didn't. It wasn't what I was expecting, and it felt stiff. And yeah, I'm even looking at it now, like how he running, and it just didn't feel polished. But again,
It's definitely polished. It is like I said, to me, it's light years ahead of Tales and Kinzara. It definitely feels epic, but
oh yeah.
you know, to
Well,
each his own. Like I can't explain your experience if you didn't like the demo. You didn't like the demo.
Yeah, I didn't say I didn't like the demo. It didn't make me want to go get it. I was gonna wait till it. Like I said, it wasn't a bad game. But when you, and I think Keith might be able to attest to this. Metroid Dread just feels great. Am I wrong to say that, Keith?
No.
This doesn't feel, and that's what I'm saying. It's a feel that this doesn't have for a 2D side scroller. Like Mario Wonder has a feeling to. It's a feel. It's a smoothness that wasn't fully there for me with this one. Not to say it was bad. It just didn't feel as smooth. But like I said, maybe I didn't give it enough time. I can admit that.
I think it's Ubisoft's fault. And here's why I say that. When I played the demo to Tales of Kinzara, they gave me action, platforming, and a little bit of the puzzling. With this one, it just felt like all action. And that's not why I like these types of games. For me, I don't like these games for just the fighting and the action. I want to see the complexity of the gameplay. Now, okay, well, I have seen screenshots of this game can ramp up in difficulty
Brother.
and just the platforming alone.
It is platforming.
Yeah, I know.
The demo messed it up, but brother, maybe that's why I liked it, because it was the demo was more action. I just want the action. I didn't care for the platforming, but it is platforming, bro.
But yeah, I've seen some things and they look extremely difficult, and I was like,
Extremely.
yeah, I still don't want to get into it. But the demo was very action oriented, and that's not why I like the Metroids and the Guacamelee is action, but it's really artistic. And the Oris, man, I love me some Ori. Man, kind of want to play Ori right now.
I think that's the difference. I think that's why I like the demo, because I want more action and less platforming. You want more platforming and less action. I think that's why it appealed to me more than you guys, because the action, all I really want to do in this entire game is just the action. The
I didn't have a
platforming piece
problem with the action.
is secondary. Well, I'm referring to Keith's statement, but I wanted
It
the action.
was. I think
No, just
for
based
me,
on
it
this
was how
demo.
it was how he was running. It was like something like his feet was not really. It was like floating over the ground, and it was like certain visual aesthetics was taking me out of the experience. It kind of in some parts just didn't. It wasn't that it's like I'm looking. It's not as fast paced. It's quick. It wasn't. It's. I don't know. I can't explain. Like it ain't buttery like I like. You know, that's what was my problem. And but like I said, the demo could have not been it, and I need to play it more to get past, to really give it a shot. I probably didn't give it the shot it deserves. But I still plan on picking it up. It's just like the action, I was there for all the action. It was a lot of like prompts. You had to like a lot for a platformer. That was another thing. But man, looking at it again is making me want to go. Should I try this again? Because this looks dope. But anyway, let me stop. It looks better than I remember looking. What did I play it on? Did I play it on the Switch or did I play it on the PlayStation? I think I played it on the PlayStation 5.
I played it on everything that I have.
Okay. And it did feel like it was going on and on and on before you really got to why am I here? I think I got tired of that too. Okay, why am I? Okay, what's going on? Just stop and just break down the story for me. But anyway, it don't look. It's not a bad game. I'm not saying it's bad. It's not bad at all. It was just that demo took me out. But anyway, any final thoughts? We get out of here.
I'm good. We can make our way out.
All right. Well, that was the show for tonight. I appreciate all you guys sticking around with us. Y'all are really starting to show y'all self-supportive. I really appreciate that, man. Send all these shots out. Started with you, Mr. K-Bum. Go ahead and send your shots out, bro.
No, I enjoyed the podcast today. It was especially a nice breath of fresh air from the toxicness of the group chat. Nia, you gotta get you to see what's going on there. But no, it was a good podcast. I enjoyed the conversations. I thought there were some good detailed discussions. I think that was a good points brought on by you guys. So I appreciate you guys' point of view when it comes to these type of things. I think the more different type of point of views you have, the better you can come to a conclusion. So I thought that was dope today. I enjoyed the comment section. You guys were on the ball today. You guys lit it up in the comment section. I appreciate it, especially even some of the newer names, Matt Jazz and definitely Carlos Hill. Appreciate what you putting into, and appreciate your comment about this podcast kind of being the motivation for you to go back to school and make a change in the gaming space. So I think that's mad dope, bro. But I enjoyed the podcast, enjoyed the topic. Look forward to next week.
That's what's up, Mr. Norris. Floor is yours.
Man, how did you follow that? He is absolutely right, man. I appreciate the comment section and Carlos sharing that with us and saying that we, influence that. That's pretty major, man. And shout out to you, and I can't wait to see what else you go on and do, and see if you develop a game that we on here talking about. You never know what might happen. But but yeah, man, it's a good show. Great cast, great topics. Nintendo, we waiting on you. Sony, quit tripping. Everybody put their games on PC, and everybody's gonna be happy.
That's funny.
That's all I got for y'all, man.
Okay. Shouts out to you, Carlos. Yes, I really appreciate that. That's very encouraging. And I hope that we continue to inspire you, man, because comments like that inspire us. That's why we do it. It's just a feel-good place over here. We try to keep everything wholesome and just fun. We argue, we fight, but it's all in love of gaming. Nothing too serious ever. And if it is, we won't ever admit it. Anyway, so shouts out to Carlos Hill. Shouts out to Nia. Shouts out to Chariot Man. D2K. Always coming with that information. DJ Fanatic. Matt Jazzy. Shouts out to everybody that was here on tonight, y'all. I really appreciate y'all being here. Y'all keep us company, man. Even those that didn't say anything. I saw that number get all the way up to like 14. We are growing. That's good. Keep leaving them comments. Keep even in the when you watch the video after. We'll comment and let you know what we think about what you had to say. But we'll be back next time, same place, same hour, every Thursday. Yeah. Now, Nia, you can go get you some sleep. Get you some shut-eye.
She probably already gone.
See y'all next week. Deuces.
But we got smacked. But we got smashed, bro.